In this video, we're going to learn how to use the Gemara Brura to work on the Mishnah. This version is a little different than last year. It looks a little bit different, but it's basically the same. So I'm going to guide you step by step. Make sure though that you're using your Chrome browser, not Safari. And so we're going to get started. We're going to open up the Gemara Brura program. We log in using your school email and login information. To this box if you wanted to choose your own section of Gemara or Mishnah and so on, but you're going to be opening up a text that I share with you. So you close this dialog box out and instead you go to File and you're going to open a file. And the file that I like you to open is Rosh Hashana 1-2, which is chapter 1, Mishnah number 2. And then you're over here. Okay, we have now the Mishnah on display and we're now ready to work. So just to get oriented a little bit at the screen. So when you click on the plus, this will open up your com dot buttons. And you can move this around. You can also rearrange it this way if that's more convenient for you. It looks more familiar perhaps. And so we're going to begin to divide the Mishnah. So Be'arba prakim ha'olam nidon. And we're going to stop here because this Mishnah is telling us that there are 4 times during the year that the whole world is judged. So this serves like a title. It's telling us a general statement what the Mishnah is going to talk about. Okay, now we're going to go divide. This is what we do with dividing. And we have divide or subdivide. So we're going to click here to divide. And now we have the first of the 4 times during the year. Again, the Mishnah's title is 4 times during the year the world is judged. And those are holidays. So the first one is Pesach. Okay, so first we stop here to divide. That's the first holiday. That's the first time there's judgment. And on Pesach is ala tvua. It's on grain. Atzeret, and we stop here. Atzeret is the next holiday. Atzeret is the way that the Mishnah calls Shavuot. So we stop here. Ala peirot ahilan. The judgment is on the fruits of the tree. Rosh Hashana, and that's the Rosh Hashana that we all call Rosh Hashana, the first day of Tishrei. Kol bayei ha'olam ovrim lefanav kivnei maron. And we stop here because Shenemar, as we know, it's a key term, it's a road sign. So on Rosh Hashana, all the people of the world pass before him like the sheep pass before the shepherd to be counted. Shenemar, as the Pasuk in Tehillim says, Ayotzer yachat libam, Hashem creates their hearts, all of them. Amevin ekol ma'aseim, and Hashem understands, He discerns all their ma'asim, all their actions. Bechag is the next holiday, so we stop there. Chag refers to the holiday of Sukkot, and we stop here. And Sukkot on Chag is nidonin alamayim. The judgment is over the water. Okay, so let's just quickly review the Mishnah before we do anything else. Be'arba prakim ha'olam nidon. There are 4 times during the year in which the world is judged. Pesach is the first one, and the judgment on Pesach affects the tvua, the grain. Be'atzeret is the second time when judgment takes place. That is Shavuot. And the judgment on Shavuot is on the peirot ahilan, the fruits of the tree. The third time when there is judgment is Rosh Hashanah, and that is Kol bayei ha'olam ovrim lefanav kivnei maron. All the people are passed before Hashem for judgment. Shene'emar, as the pasuk says, Ayotzer yachad libam, amevin ekol ma'aseyim. That Hashem understands, He creates the hearts of every human being, and He understands all their actions. He looks into their actions. Ubechag, and finally the 4th time when there's judgment is Chag, which is Sukkot. That judgment is nidoni alamayim. The judgment is over the water. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to assign each of these lines a category. So we're gonna this is a keter, this is a title, which we don't always have in the Mishnah, but here we do have a title. And again, this is a title because it appears in the beginning of the Mishnah, but not just because of that, mainly because it's really a general statement. It's telling us that 4 times during the year where judgment happens. It's not telling us a case, it's not telling us a din, it's just giving us a very general statement. Okay, so now we're going to proceed, we're going to classify this one. But Pesach, and Pesach is the first case. Now you may or may not remember what a case, which of this is a case. So here, if you hover, it doesn't help you, but if you go back to this mode, if you change it to this type of display, then here you can see that the mem is what we're looking for. That's going to be a case, a mikre. A case is a situation, is the topic that we're discussing. So now we're talking about Pesach. Pesach, well, the judgment here is for the Tvua. So Tvua is the din, that's what happens on Pesach, with the judgment on grain. Atzeret is next holiday, that's the next case. That is Shavuot. And on Shavuot we judge on the Peirot Ta'ilan, that's the din, that's what happens on Shavuot. Next we have Rosh Hashana is the next case. And on Rosh Hashanah we have judgment over the people's actions. Hashem looks at their deeds of every human being, and that is a din. And Shenemar, as the pasuk says, this is not a case, this is not a din. It's telling us how do we know that it is a judgment on the people, and that is classified as a tam, as a reason. Usually when we bring a pasuk, it serves to be a reason for something. Then we have Bechag, which is the 4th time that judgment happens. That's the next case. And Nidonin al Hamayim, that's the din that on Sukkot we are judged over the water. Okay, so we have now labeled each of the sentences, each of the sections of the Mishnah. And now we are going to link them together. So now linking here is very straightforward. So this is how you link. So again, this is the title. So all of these things are going to be linked to the title. This is linked to this one. Okay. The din is going to be linked to this case. Okay. Then the next one, this is going to be linked to the title. And this din is going to be linked to this case. The next case is going to be linked to the title. And this din links to this case. Shenemar is the reason for this din. Finally, this is the 4th case. So this links to the title again. And the din is for this particular holiday. So what we have accomplished is the following. Just again to review the Mishnah quickly, now it looks very clear. And that is that we have a title, and under this title we have 4 separate cases, as the title told us. There are 4 times during the year. These are the 4 times. And this is what happens in each of the holidays, what the judgment is on. On Pesach is on the Tvua, on Atzeret is on the fruit, on Rosh Hashanah people are judged, and this is the reason that we know it is happening on Rosh Hashanah. And finally, the last case is Bechag on Sukkot. The judgment is over the water. And as we know from before, here we have our little flow chart. We have the title, the 4 cases, the din for each of the cases, and this is the explanation for this particular din. Okay, hope that this helped you. And then when you're done, you are going to file and save as, or save. You give it you can give it the same title as we had before, and then it will be on your file. Okay, have a great day.